You're listening to Tipsy Book Reads. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Jess.
And we're tipsy. Too many books on my TBR. Too many books on my TBR. Yeah. This podcast is like a book club for the antisocial. We make a drink inspired by the book we read and talk crap about life and fictional characters. We really hope you listen and drink along.
Side effects of listening to this podcast may include reading vivaciously, extreme bouts of laughter, tipsiness from craft cocktails, talking shit about life and fictional characters. Listen at your own risk.
Just a warning, this podcast is explicit. We are all over 21 and there are spoilers. We warned ya. Is that it? Did we do it?
Yeah.
Wow. Hi. Oh my gosh. Aw. It's been so long. My gosh.
Dang.
Literally. A month? Wait a minute. You didn't ping your phone? Mine does it sometimes. Like, it won't work right away, so then I'll do it again. And then, like, 10 minutes later, it's like,
It's delayed.
oh, just kidding. Hi.
Mine did that earlier, so I thought I left my phone in Publix because it, like, wasn't pinging. And then all of a sudden, it was like, I'm here.
Oh, my gosh. That's crazy.
Anyways.
We got new mic stands.
Yay.
Can we talk about how fancy we are?
Merry Christmas to us.
Merry Christmas. Yes. Our other ones just, we need to find the warranty on them. They broke.
They broke it, did.
Mm-hmm. So we got ones that like go to the ground, like the professional podcasters have.
We're moving up in the world.
So we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking at you, Mike Stan. Prove yourself. How have you been?
Good. How are you?
I'm so much better now that we've read at least half of Iron Flame, but I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed.
I'm stressed.
So many reasons. So many reasons. I'm like, oh, I don't like it. But not I don't like
Yeah.
the story. I'm like, something uncomfy's coming.
Mm-hmm. Impending doom. Oh, yeah. We are in Rebecca Yarros' world.
Yes. So this is a great time to say anything that we say from here out will be spoilers for Iron Flame. So if you have not read Iron Flame yet, save this. If you're watching on YouTube, save this video for later. Come back to us on Spotify, Apple, whatever, wherever you're listening to this, and then listen to us because we will not be held responsible for any spoilers.
Mm-mm.
This is your warning right now.
Yep. Also, read the trigger warnings at the beginning of the book because they may also
Perfect.
pertain to this conversation.
Yep, totally. Yeah, she covered it. Lovely. All wrapped up in there. So we're reading chapters 1 through 36. How were your stress levels 1 through 10?
Oh, gosh.
It was like here, 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 here.
Yeah.
Here at the very end.
Yeah. I think we ended at the perfect chapter because if we would, like, yes, it was a cliffhanger, but if we would have ended, like, one chapter before that, I think it would have been even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
At least, like, we have some tidbits of, like, shit that's going down.
But now I'm like, Dane. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Because 90% of my notes pertaining Dane still
fuck
were
you.
like, yes. Like, why are you in this story? There was one point that I was like, wow, we haven't heard from Dane in a while. Like, thank God. It's been nice. And everyone was mean to him.
I mean, he deserved it.
Oh, 100%. But anyways, okay. Should I give a little kind of like where we left off and then
For
synopsis?
sure.
So in Fourth Wing, which we do have episodes on, that were very helpful for me, so I didn't have to like reread the book right before the release. I went back and listened to our episodes, and everything that we've said, I still stand by, pretty much.
Fair enough.
Like, anyways, so we left off in Fourth Wing. We find out that her brother is alive, Brennan, still alive, healed her. So he's not just a mender, he's like a healer. And we find out that there's like, they're rebuilding the town that was destroyed. And so all those people are part of a rebellion. Or
in their words, revolution.
Revolution. Thank you. I was like, that's not right. That's rebellious.
I mean, it is, but
So, anyways, and then we pick up directly after that, which I so appreciate. Thank you, because I don't like a time jump. I want to know exactly.
Especially when so much is going on. Like, I feel like that them at Ryerson House was so important that I'm really glad it didn't just like have, because when the like teaser came out, like the chapter that we got, it was them back at Biscayeth. So I was like, oh no, is it gonna start off there?
Which, by the way, all those people that freaking commented and were like, why would Zayden be there? Oh, I'm sorry. Where was he in the beginning?
Yeah.
He was there in Biscayeth, whatever it's called.
It makes sense to me.
He was there. Thank you very much. So, yeah. Anyways, what a wild ride. You know what I need?
What?
A freaking drink. A freaking
True.
tall glass of alcohol. What do you have for me?
We have lavender lemonade like they drink in the book, yeah?
Yeah.
But we made it raspberry because
we wanted raspberry.
Yeah. So we made a lavender simple syrup and added raspberry lemonade and vodka.
Cheers. Look how gorgeous it looks. Look at this topper.
Yum.
It's called garnish.
This, having a straw in this is dangerous because I'm just going to like gulp it all down. So obviously you can easily make this a mocktail with just some raspberry lemonade and lavender syrup if you so please.
Wrong tube.
Guys.
I'm dead. Wrong tube. Keep going.
While Violet is facing a revolution, we are choking on lemonade.
At least it's spiked lemonade. Yeah. Because they have lemonade at the graduation party. It's perfect. That is going to fall. There we go. It's really good. I got to put it over there because if not, I'm going to sit here and just...
I know. I definitely should not have put a straw in it.
Oh, well.
Anywho.
Won't regret.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah. Where are your notes?
I think that, so first of all, Zayden not leaving Violet's bedside the whole time she was sick. And then as soon as she woke up, she's like, he's ignoring me. But really, he was standing guard over Andarna while she was sleeping.
Listen, I love you, Violet, but I wanted to smack you a few times this book. Girl, he's got it bad for you. He's got it bad for you. And Zayden, oh my God, he's so cute.
Yeah.
I love that he was guarding Andarna.
Oh, Andarna. Sassy little Andarna.
Miss got an attitude.
Her conversation with Violet when she was like, you're not disappointed in me? That was so sweet. And she was like, no, we knew it was going to happen anyways when you weren't little anymore. And you, my dear, are not little. I was like, this is adorable.
I need a picture. I need to see, like, how much did she grow?
Yeah. And also the black scales now.
Which is wild. I don't think I realized that she wasn't going to be gold forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I did either.
There were a few things, because we even talked about, like, in our last episodes about this, whether or not she still had her powers or what.
Right.
But then at some point she was like, we knew you weren't going to have that forever. Did we know that?
I think so, because there's the signet and then there's like the feathertail power, which is different.
Okay.
So I think it did talk about that and how that's often why that one of the reasons they don't bond is it's like that power is so unpredictable or whatever.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because that wasn't like a signet.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that makes more sense. But I think in our last episodes, we may not have realized that.
Maybe not.
We do now, though. So, correction.
Yeah. Also, Violet's audacity, the way she talks to Taryn, who is like this big, scary dragon. And even like, yes, they have a bond and they're close and all that stuff, but he's still a big, scary dragon. Watch your mouth.
Right? I mean, she's a spitball fire or whatever, like for everyone, but especially her dragon. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah.
It's so funny. It's just like her and Andarna ganging up on him with the attitude.
I know. And he's just like, A grumpy old man. I still love him.
It's so funny.
He's still my favorite.
For sure.
So Brennan is alive, which is crazy. I would be so much more mad than she is.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I would have been like, dude, right.
Come to get me.
You could have, you left me all by myself? Like,
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. But I do love how forthcoming with information he is, where he's just like, here's blah, 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 blah. What do you want to know? He must have been like, I missed you so much, you know? I hope that we get to hear from him more because I loved his character.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Maybe that's the other POV.
Maybe. So we were talking about this before, which we try not to talk about anything about the books, but it was like dead quiet. And because we were trying not to talk about it, and then we were like, okay, here's the one. But the audiobook lists 2 narrators. One, the female that is the narrator that we hear as, at least up till now. And then another that seems to be a male name, you know,
Yeah.
from what we're thinking. So is it Zayden? Is it Brennan? That would be a really cool POV, actually. Let me make sure now that I've said
Where
that.
do you find, like...
Where are you?
Oh, yeah. Wait. Rebecca Soler and Teddy Hamilton.
I love the name Teddy.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Sorry.
Random.
Yeah, so I'm curious to find out what we're going to get. Because that would be wonderful. Either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
What if it's Dane?
Fuck that. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Honestly, this whole time I'm like, okay, so when they had that big blow up in the courtyard and Zayden was like basically demolishing Dane's pride about the whole love triangle thing, it was so funny. I was like, oh my God, savage.
And then Imogen being like, love triangles, man.
Yeah.
They're tricky. She's so funny. You know who her, like, Imogen and Violet's relationship remind me of?
Who?
Katniss and Joanna.
Yeah.
Especially when they're training to go in Mockingjay Part 1. They're training to go back to fighting, and their like banter and being like, why are we running?
Yeah.
Is totally their relationship.
I could see that for sure. I
love it.
But now they've talked about love triangles so much, and now that there's these questions about Dane, I'm like, what if he's back in the running?
No, he's not.
And it's like a whole thing again.
Never. I think Zayden and Violet are endgame.
I don't know, because
You know
everybody's
what?
like, there's literally 5 books.
I think Dane and Imogen are gonna end up together, or well, maybe that. Wait, no,
because
just kidding.
Imogen's with Quinn.
That's right. No, they said they weren't. They were
They're
friends
like
again.
in the same place that quote unquote.
No, because
Violet
I
and
loved
Zayden
them
are.
last time.
Yeah.
And then they said that they weren't.
But I think they'll go back
anymore.
together because she was like, we can see who we want.
Okay,
Type of thing.
that'd be cool. Or
But it's not like a
Ree.
we're done.
Not
either.
Ree. Who's the other one? Oh, Nadine died. Never mind. I was. Anyways, we don't know who's gonna be left over. Dane can just kind of be by himself, actually.
There's Bodhi.
Which one's that?
Could be with. Oh no, Imogen might be with Quinn.
Oh, not
Maybe-
which one is that? I know who that is.
Maybe Bodhi and
No, I
Brennan.
love that.
No, I think Bodhi and Brennan.
Oh, I love that even more.
Okay, yeah, I think that's
No, Bodhi and Brennan. I didn't write a little list of everyone this time. I thought I would remember.
It's hard to keep track of who's dead and who's not.
I think maybe Dane will just end up by himself.
Yeah.
And then
Possible.
poor Ree, her girl gone. She's just hanging out in the other squads, right?
Yeah.
Like, they never get time. She's just, all she's doing is literally, she's kind of annoying, actually. She was annoying me this chapters. But all she's doing is worrying about Violet
Yeah.
and being a what is her not wing leader?
Is it squad leader?
Is it
Or
squad?
is it not?
Section? No,
Ooh,
she's not section.
Maybe?
Bodhi is.
No, Bodhi is like second to.
Yeah, okay.
so maybe
hold
section
on.
leader, squad leader. I don't know.
Dang it.
That's
Wait.
one thing I struggle with is like all the different wings and everything. I struggle, like I wish there was like a chart of how it was like formatted because
Okay,
I'm
there is.
confused. Oh my god, thank you.
Okay. Wait.
So there's 3 sections.
Executive officer, section leader. Wait, wing leader. Okay. What is this? Okay. Tail section.
So is that for each wing?
So claw section, flame section, tail section.
For each of the 4 wings? Because wing leader is of each wing.
Yes.
So there's 12 of these? Like, is there 4 tail sections? Because, like, the different wings? Like, I'm so confused.
I don't know.
Oh, she's a squad leader, I think.
Okay, squad leader. Anyway, she's just got a busy life.
She does.
Is my whole point.
The chart does not help me.
Can someone? I don't speak this language.
Because, like, wing leader is up here, but isn't there multiple wing leaders? Because there's the
Yes.
multiple different wings. So for each wing, there's a wing leader, and then claw section, flame section, tail section, section leader for each of those.
4th wing leader.
Okay, yes.
Claw section, flame section, tail section, squad, squad, squad.
And of each of the sections, there's a section leader. And then there's squads, and of each squad, there's a squad leader. Yeah?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Because you got the wing leader, the claw section, the section leaders, the executive officer, second in command, and then the section leader. Okay.
Squad leader.
Squad leader. So, okay.
Times 4.
Right.
Because there's 4 wings.
So then, yes. So first year, second year, third year, fourth year.
And then if you're really good, you get to be wing leader. Yeah?
First year, second year, third year, fourth year. Yes.
No.
That's
There's only
fourth year.
3
You're
years,
only
right?
there's 4 years
Oh, right.
because Bodhi and them just went to third year, and so then they have to have fourth year. Yes.
I thought, no, I think it's 3 because Zayden was a 3rd year.
Oh, I thought he was a fourth year.
No, because Dane was a 2nd year.
Oh, Dane was a second year.
And Zayden was 1 year above him. I think it's just
yeah.
3 years.
I don't know. This is so freaking confusing. It's about to burn down anyways. So that's my
Honestly,
prediction.
we don't need to learn it.
We don't need to learn it anymore. I don't need to know.
So,
anyways, let's talk about Rihanna. What is her real name? Is it Rihanna?
Rhiannon.
Rhiannon. Okay, I like Rhi as a nickname.
I do too.
RHI. So, my dear, my girl Violet didn't want to talk. You know, don't push her. Like, I understand she was struggling and stuff, but she was going to tell you either way. She was going to tell you. We know this. Violet is not a secret keeper. This is why she cannot be trusted.
No, because she can't lie with shit.
She can't lie. She can't. And so I totally agree with Zayden and all of them. Like, she should not know.
Mm-mm.
I'm so sorry. But I will say, like, you could see each time that Zayden would test her, like, block, and then started to give her a little bit more information so he really was holding up to his end of the bargain, and she was just like, I want to know everything now. No, you shouldn't. This is you're low on the totem pole of this revolution.
It's on a need to know basis, and you do not need to know.
Like, I'm sorry, Violet, calm down.
Yeah. And like, she should have been able to separate that, like, for the sake of the revolution that she believes in. Like, think about who your mom is, think about Dane, think about all these threats that you're surrounded by, and like, take one for the team. You don't need to know all the secrets.
You don't need to know. Like,
girl.
I that was so frustrating because that was like half this book of her just being like,
I want to know.
I mean, stop my foot. Violet, you were my favorite person in that last book. You were amazing. What's going on, girl? What's happening? Before that, I think we should take a little break. And then we'll dive deep into this craziness.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, beautiful.
This episode is brought to you in part by Fern and Fable Bookstore, a local bookshop in Ormond Beach, Florida. Be on the lookout for information about their new location. Also, you have the ability to purchase their books online. So go check them out when you have a chance.
We're back. We're back, bitches. Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't think I showed you the cover of this book. I mean, all of you probably know, but still. And our sprayed edges that are like half sprayed. Should we talk about the books first and then get into the story?
Or that can be what's kept us up.
Yeah. I'm keeping that for later. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's dive right in.
Okay, let's dive right in for real this time. Go ahead.
Violet making it a point to say that she is 99% over Dane and there's still like a little bit of doubt. And I was like, girl, what is wrong with you? But then we hit chapter 35 and I was like,
Damn. Should we just jump right to 35 really quick? Although I have so many things to talk about first. Anyways, yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm like, I don't know. That's so crazy. Like, we hated him so much. Also, she used the word disdain in this book. And I got Jessica a sticker that says you can't spell disdain without Dane. And I think I laughed for a solid 10 minutes. Also,
so funny.
This book is literally a comedy. The amount of times that I laughed.
Yeah.
She's funny.
I agree. But then she also like tears your soul out. She's like, huh, you thought that was funny? I'm going to kill someone now.
Right? Let me make a joke. Oh, just kidding. Snaps neck. Oh my God, I'm still not over Nadine.
Oh my God, the Violet. Yeah. She's like, I'm Violet.
Right?
And also not literally everybody trying to assassinate them. Atos is crazy.
Atos is literally psychotic.
And this other guy, this new...
Varnish? Is that his name?
Like furniture Varnish?
I think it's Varish.
I think that sounds more right.
Listen, Varnish. He's crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
also,
bad.
So important to read all the little things before the chapter because way before we're like, I think it was like one or two chapters before we're introduced to him, we read a correspondence that has him being taken out of active duty because he's too ruthless. And then he gets put with the children. I mean, truly.
Yeah, but I think that was Atos' move, so are we surprised?
That was wild.
Yeah.
And he's training Dane. That's wild.
That is wild.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like there were lots of, like, not necessarily new leadership. Some of them were new, but some of them were from last time. But last time we just kind of saw them, like, giving a lecture. And this time they're much more hands-on. And I need to make a chart because I'm like, okay, who is who? Who do we like? Who is clueless? Who is not? Who's horrible? And there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do that because I'm right there with you. Like, we know the
Bearish?
The scribes professor, bad news. But then the person who's like with him sometimes might be okay. And then the professor that helped her at the very end, or not at the end, when she comes back from having to leave, like through the second. Is that your foot?
Yeah.
I was like, what is war?
Playing footsies. Okay.
I was just making sure it wasn't like stepping on something scaly. Anyways, that professor that helped her when she came back after leaving, like midway through the like solid. And also the one Emirate or whatever his name is being like, I don't have favorites.
But if I did,
I would tell my favorite
to tell the other favorite or whatever. Yeah. And then the woman who like alerted her to Dane being hurt.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like she might be kind of in the dark about something.
Maybe.
There's some that I'm like not so sure on. So there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on.
Violet is low-key annoying during some of this, but also she's so brilliant.
She's
like
so brilliant.
The wards thing, and they have another ward stone, so she's like, dude, we can maybe create another ward. Like,
she's so brilliant. And I love that Imogen realizes that she's actually smart and like clever.
Yeah.
in that moment where Liam's sister. I'm not ready to talk about that yet. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, but she tricks her basically into training with Imogen, and the whole time I just picture Imogen being like this at her. I think Imogen is falling in love with Violet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, we all are a little bit in love with Violet, but like in that moment, she was like, "I get it."
And I love that everybody is shook that they came back and Imogen and her are actually like not wanting to kill each other.
You're going running
With her?
Imogen?
It's so funny.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I love it though. But the wards thing and just Cinia helping them out, the real MVP, not the prince, like literally being like, peace out, I'm gonna go.
He's so funny, Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fight.
I'm gonna go be a dragon rider. Bye-bye. I'm over your shit.
And I love that the king doesn't know yet. That just shows that's a huge character show.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dang, well, he's supposed to be off on his birthday tour, and instead he, like, how
What's a birthday
selfless
tour?
of him.
What is that?
I think they go around to all the kingdoms and, like, show their face.
And none of the kingdoms have been like, your
Where's-
son didn't show up. He's
and
missing.
also, he has guards there, but they haven't told him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at first I didn't think he had, like, guards, but then he said something about, I hope the guards don't tell Dad until after threshing or something, because then he's already bonded to a dragon. And I was like, wait, like, how many people know about this that are not telling the actual king?
I love that everyone's just keeping it a secret.
And are they all going to die for it?
Probably. Knowing this book. It's so funny though. He's just like, my name is, nope, it's not that.
Right. I think that it's really interesting, and she brought it up, and I think it'll come back up, but that Violet's dad was doing research on feathertails, and then she happened to bond with a feathertail,
And
which,
then-
like, never happens.
And Darnan went quiet.
Yeah. She was like,
She didn't say anything. I think the dad is brought up so much. What's the dad's name?
I don't
Do we know?
remember.
Okay. Nameless. Anyways, they bring him up a bunch. So I'm so curious. Like, I hope she finds a secret thing of all of his notes or something and can find out what's going on, because we had a theory going in Fourth Wing that he was killed. We said by the mom, but I think the mom might be maybe a little bit more clueless than we originally thought.
I think so.
So it might be one of the scribes. It might be something else going on. But he definitely knew more than what meets the eye.
Yeah. I also, because Brennan doesn't know, because he was like, I choose to believe that Dad didn't know that we were, like, killing civilians. And so he doesn't know one way or another. I think it's really interesting. I wonder, when there's a multi-book series, I wonder if the authors, like, listen to everybody's series and then, like, put things in the books, because she made a very specific point to say, Violet,
The storm.
about the storm. Like, my mom wouldn't have done that to kill me.
Yeah.
Like, period.
She's like, I gotta end these rumors now.
Yeah.
But I still am.
Yeah, because then the same thing, like, when she was talking to Brennan about mom didn't know, whatever, he's like, say that again with a little more conviction.
Yeah.
Like, believe yourself. Why don't
I just
you?
think that she's trying to convince herself of that. But I think
I don't know.
I don't know. It's rough. There is a really cool quote in the very beginning that I wanted to just get your thoughts on. Let me make sure that I have it right though. It's talking about, like, love and hope and stuff like that. It's on page 16, because love at its root is hope. Hope for tomorrow. Hope for what could be. Hope for what could be. Hope that the someone you've entrusted your everything to will cradle and protect it. And hope that shit is harder to kill than a dragon. Do we believe that? I feel like sometimes hope can be crushed a little easier.
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful quote, but I don't know. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Cadet Sorengale.
Something to ponder.
So another thing that was that we love, trauma jokes. I love that Violet was like trying to trauma joke and then realized that like, oh, this is gonna make them ask more questions. Like, girl, if you don't want your friends to know, don't bring it up. And she was straight up like, my last vacation.
Yikes.
Violet,
Yikes.
my girl. I don't know. She just, I picture her being such a bad liar that she like won't make eye contact with them. Like they're all in the circle and she's just like eyes down. Like,
If I can't
Don't look
see
at me.
you, you can't see me.
Don't look at me. I have nothing to hide.
Dang. Oh my god, the fact that Violet's mom was the one that inflicted the 107 scars on Xaden.
It was so breezed by. He said it. She goes, what? Well, let me put that in my little box. The girl's got to unlock that box and go through it. And then doesn't bring it back up. Doesn't talk about it with Xaden. I feel like that's a really important thing to maybe discuss.
Yeah, because I'm so surprised that he doesn't harbor more resentment for her, even though, no, it's not Violet's fault directly, obviously. But I think natural human instinct, I mean, even look at the way the country or whatever treats the children of the rebels with the marks and everything like that, just passing down the sins of their parents. I think that's like built into their society. And the fact that Xaden clearly does not blame Violet for her mother, which I don't think he should, but also I think it would be
Human.
kind of human if he did. And it's wild to me.
I agree. And I think if it wasn't for the bonus chapters in the Fourth Wing book, so if you haven't read that yet, I definitely recommend it. That made me solidify like, oh, no, he like, this isn't just like an act, like this is real. Not that I thought it was an act before, but we got a perspective from him and you could see it for firsthand. So yeah, I don't know how he doesn't hate her. It's wild. That's such a huge thing. And like maybe the mom like knows they're together.
I'm sure.
I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah, I have questions about that. Dude, this freaking interrogation class.
It's wild. And the fact that everyone kept it a secret. Like, no one talks about it. No one. It's crazy. That's so bad. The one little excerpt thing was like the things that happen behind the doors of the writer's second year, or things that would basically turn anyone's stomach.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
They were literally beating them.
And obviously they went much harder on that group because
yeah.
Violet was in that group.
Because they were really trying to get information out of her.
And then her actual real interrogation, okay, I'm glad that Dane the first time was like, he is such a rule follower. He was like,
that made me
according
laugh
to the
so
codex,
hard.
She's supposed to like not be injured. And the other guy was like, supposed to, but Dane does not bend rules.
Bart is just like, fucking rule follower.
And then Violet's like, what was I supposed to do? Thank him for doing the literally only
bare minimum
decent thing.
The
Bars
bare
on
minimum.
the floor, friends.
Like, no, I agree with her. Like, anything he like looks at her after he does something. What?
Do you want a trophy?
Do you want a
Excuse
trophy
you?
for being like a basic human being?
Fuck you.
Oh my gosh. But I'm so glad that he didn't.
Right. So, question.
Yeah.
Cliffsbane Academy, is that a rider academy for the Griffin Flyers?
I don't know. That was thrown out there, and I was like, "What?
What did I miss? Is this like Bobatons to Hogwarts?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it is, but like
For Griffin riders, though, right? I'm so confused.
I think
Griffin
you're right.
Flyers, whatever they're called.
I don't know. Every time I read Griffin, I'm like Gryffindor. Oh no. But yeah, that I have no idea. I don't know.
Can we talk about Jack Barlow 2.0? What the fuck? I'm so sketched out by this whole
so
situation.
sketched. What is happening? What is happening?
The
The fact that if this, I mean, they said it is Jack Barlow. Like they've made eye contact. But if it is, he died. He was dead. There's no way he survived that. So what are we saying, that they can just bring people back to life now?
Yeah. Well,
Do you know how much that changes?
Everything? And he even says, yes, I was dead. Everybody like fully admits he was dead. And Nolan was just off. He had mentioned before the Jack Barlow thing came up that he was trying to mend a soul.
Yeah.
And then
What?
Jack Barlow reappears, and then he's all like saving Violet's life. And it's so sketch to me, because why? They're literally killing children left and right. They don't give a fuck. And this one man, they're like, oh, let's go dig up a mountain for this guy, bring him back to life, mend his soul.
Why?
And bring him back to school. Who is he in all of this? Why is he so important out of everybody they've killed off at this point? Literally, they're like, oh, another one fell from the gauntlet. Bye. And for this guy, they're literally digging up a mountain. It makes no sense. Who the fuck is Jack Barlow?
I don't know. What was his signet again?
I don't even remember. Obviously, nothing compared to lightning.
Right? Because I remember on there, when they fought, she felt it.
Yeah.
What was it? It's so bizarre. It's so weird. It's so out of pocket. So I don't know if, I mean, Liam though, like,
I know.
I want Liam back.
Yeah, but they don't give a fuck about Liam or all these other people that literally have died left and right.
I know. It is weird. And to bring that into canon, that he can basically mend a soul. I don't know how that's going to play. That's so fascinating.
It's so weird, but it's got to come full circle. Like, who is this man? Like, or what is his bloodline? What is I don't remember what his signet is, but for him to be important enough for them to literally go through all that trouble when their whole point is to purposely kill people off because there's not enough dragons, is like, it's not making sense.
So much doesn't make sense. It's crazy.
And how was the dragon not like, oh, hey, other dragons, they're bringing my rider back to life?
Yeah, and Taryn was like, yeah, he didn't say anything. Like, you didn't say anything? Sorry, what? And I knew something was going to happen, because out of everyone, that's the dragon that shows up in their first field thing.
Yeah. Like, why is she even involved?
Right? That's crazy. And like, was Jack Barlow lucid at that point? I don't even know. There's so much to.
Yeah, because then he's like, I saved your life, we're even. And she's like, no, I think I owe you 2 lives.
Do you know math?
I killed you, and now I owe you a life debt. So the math is not mathing.
That's wild. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Liam's sister now?
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. It's been like 40 minutes, which is wild. And I'm not even near anywhere.
Dang.
I know there were. I'm so glad she knew before, because I was not ready to read this girl getting past the parapet and looking for her brother. Like, I could not do that. I would be like, and we're done. So I'm glad that she knew before him. Damn, she hates Violet. And then I love that she tried to fight Violet, and everyone, including Imogen, was like,
honey, pipe down.
The teacher was like, I know who trained her. I will not release Violet on you. I love that.
And girl cannot fight worth shit.
Oh, it's bad. They're all fighting like for her.
Yeah, everyone on the sidelines just pulling strings, and Violet just poisoning people
everyone
to like get her through. And I feel like Violet just handles the whole thing with grace. She's like, you can hate me all you want. I'm just here to keep you alive. Like, just live.
Yeah, that's all I care. I know. I agree with you. Like, that's all. She's like, I don't have to be the sweet, kind mentor. I'll just be the one that keeps you alive.
Yeah. And Rhiannon's like, are you sure you want her in our squad or whatever? She's like, she can't kill me if she is. So, yeah.
Yes, I do.
Bring her in. Bring her on.
And we already talked about Nadine, which is
dang
so sad. R.I.P. Nadine. Moment of silence for her.
and everybody, Aya and
Oh my gosh.
Malcolm.
All of the
Was it
people that were on
Mason?
that. Mason. Absolutely
Half the
wild.
people on that little getaway.
How scared are you reading recovered correspondence of Cadet Serengale and Zayden?
Well, I already assume everyone's going to die because the whole, like, this is transcribed by Jacinia. Names
still
are
don't-
changed. Commend their souls to Malik.
Yeah, but like everyone's a part of the story. There's going to be people in that story that are still alive. But that terrifies me. I read that and that's the thing that I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. They're both going to die. They're both going to die.
Everyone's going to die. But then again, maybe Beskaya just blows up and they, like, recover old, like, journals. you
Yeah.
know? It could be off. I don't know. Probably not, but
Oh, we don't know. We don't know. But yeah, I love Zayden. What a human. He's even like, I love that he's like, I get to have boundaries too. So important. He's low-key a little healthy.
yeah. And also lets her. And he's like,
Mhm.
your room is warded, but you can bring in whoever you want. It's not
Mhm.
like your room is warded, period.
Yeah. I would have been like, absolutely not.
Yeah. He's like, but you can, like, this is your room. I'm just trying to keep you safe. But, like, live
He's
your
a good
life.
guy.
But then he's like, who the fuck's flight jacket are you wearing?
I think I verbally said, you're joking.
She's like, your cousins, you idiot. Would you want me to do? Fucking freeze
Freeze?
up there? Which, like, I love Bodhi for that. He, like, followed her out, like, don't freeze to death.
Don't freeze. I'm not stopping you. Nobody's stopping
do
you.
your thing, but take my jacket.
And then Taryn and her not being able to decipher like what her feelings are and what Taryn's feelings are, and like then she like couldn't get him out of their head. We almost had a whole scene again that we didn't want to read. Thank God. But then we did have a scene we did want to read.
Sex just was remained between the humans. It was great, but I'm so glad it
Oh my
remained
God.
between the humans.
I know. I was so nervous when that was happening. I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no, I can't do this again.
Not the dragon smut.
No, I can't do the dragon smut. No. I can believe actually that they've like separated them so much so where they've controlled how much time they see each other, and then sometimes they don't even see each other for like weeks
Yeah,
because of missions and bullshit.
yeah, it's wild.
Speaking of bullshit, Violet sitting in those classes and listening to them tell everyone like what is going on, and it's not actually real, and she's literally the whole time just
What
going
is going on?
bullshit. Like
Yeah, literally.
It's break time already. That's crazy. Tipsy Book Reads is partnering with Fabled Fantasy Events to bring you an incredible book con that you're not going to want to miss. Tickets go on sale on the 17th of this year, which is very soon. So literally this month, by the way, which is crazy. But anyways, make sure you get your tickets. You can find them on Instagram at Fabled Fantasy Events and fabledfantasyevents.com. We're back. Okay. Where did we leave off? Everyone dying?
Zayden, us
yeah,
loving Zayden.
He's such a just solid human. Wow. I'm so glad too. He's brooding and he's like, well, murder. But also he's like, you tell me when. You know?
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. He's the perfect Morley Gray because it's like he's actually good, but also he's the head of a freaking revolution, and he's so brooding, like tall, dark, and handsome.
Yes.
Definition. Stunning. I love him. When she got back and what's his face? Polish furniture varnish was Varish, whatever, was like, you're impersonating someone. Oh, you have 2 jackets that aren't yours. I'm gonna check all your stuff. And people are like, oh, wait, what?
Like, so many people were absolutely not. You cannot do this to this woman. And then Ree being able to, that's going to be
Yes.
huge.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be huge.
Oh my gosh.
She could take the
Got the dagger
It's
through
ju-
the thing.
Yeah.
Which was incredible because I guess she had been working up to that. and just needed the heat of the moment to actually do it.
Because she couldn't do it in the
No,
interrogation, which
she was
only
like-
a few weeks before.
Yeah.
That's huge progress.
And even Vi was like, I thought you couldn't do that. She's like, I thought I couldn't either. But also I think it was the adrenaline of knowing this is life or death for Violet.
Which it really was.
Yeah.
It really was. Oh my gosh. When I read that, I was like, I'm so proud of you, Ree. Yes.
And I'm glad that she finally trusted in them because
Yeah.
I think they've proved their loyalty.
I think that she knew she could trust them. It was the fact of putting them in danger that really made her. And I get that. There's so many things. Like, I feel like I went back and forth. Like, tell them. No, don't tell them. Like that's crazy. And then the scribe trusting Justinia, trusting her. Love that. I really hope that it doesn't come back to bite them in the end, because
Well,
it easily could
writes
be.
the story, so it's not going to be her that gets bit.
No, but it's weird that they always mention the sleeping one. The one of the scribes that sleeps all the time.
Yeah.
Like, is he really asleep? Or is he listening to everything?
Is he a spy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I also, when Justinia was like, I know you don't want to put me in danger, but this is my choice and I want to know.
Yes, I love that.
I think that was the biggest thing. Same thing with Riddick and Rhiannon and all of them, is like, give them the choice, you know. It is their own risk, and your options are keep them in the dark and they can be your enemy down the line when you do fight in this rebellion, and you might literally be the one to kill them if they're left in the dark, or show them what's really going on. Either way, their lives are in danger because you have less than 6 months before Bosgaiath goes boom and everything goes to shit.
In reality, she didn't need to tell them about, or she doesn't, which is great. But her main thing of keeping it a secret so that no one else finds out, what is the town? I'm going totally blank. But Brennan and all of them, like, she doesn't need to tell them that he's alive or that whole place exists.
Right.
So in reality, she could still tell them what's going on, just leaving little bits out. Which her calling or saying to Xaden that he lied was driving me nuts, because he didn't lie. He evaded the truth. And that is not lying. It's not. Because he didn't straight up say, yeah, your brother's dead. Period.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think that's lying.
I think for a cause like that,
Yeah.
especially, like, there was a reason. A very good reason.
Yeah, she couldn't have known. But I'm so glad she does know.
Yeah. And I'm glad that Rhea and all of them know, and that they're able to kind of tag team. And Rhea was starting to suspect. She's like, something is weird this year. What is going on? People are being sketch. So she was going to figure something out anyways.
She is so smart. Like,
she really
I know that Violet is incredibly intelligent and everything like that. She's right behind her.
Yeah.
I mean, she was figuring stuff out, like, without even getting hinted.
Right. And was it Riddick? Who was it that was like, I know something about the archives you don't know?
Yes.
And I was so excited.
Oh, yes. I love him.
So fun.
Okay, the whole archives thing. Their little heist.
With the prince
who grabbed her hand and pulled her through. I loved that.
And Xaden just being stuck on the other side, just seething,
trying to calm him down. She's like, I had the real issue, like the real problem.
Honestly,
they almost didn't make it. Thank God they started running.
Yeah, that was close. I thought someone was gonna lose an arm or a leg.
I thought Imogen was gone.
Rip.
Or the prince. But I'm so glad that's not the case. But is there anything else before we want to talk about the last few chapters? Professor whatever Kaor is the one that we think might be good. That's the one. I did write that one down. I'm glad. When she did tell the friends, I was like, I honestly wouldn't even be mad at you, because if I knew that information, boy, you would be the first person I call.
100%.
Be like, bitch, guess what? But you would be the first person that I call, and to tell literally everything too. So I'm like, girl, I can't even blame you.
No.
Like Violet, I would do the same thing.
I'm surprised you held off as long as you
I know.
did.
I would have been like, touchdown, Harry. What's going on? Because I know something you don't know.
Yeah.
But literally only to you. Who else would know? No one. You. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm ready to talk about the craziness. I did want to say, when she thought Zayden was like dying and they left mid through or whatever and he wasn't, I was kind of secondhand embarrassed for her.
But then he showed her his scar and he was like, I
Yeah.
did almost lose an arm.
Yes. And like he needed to see that she like really cared.
Yeah.
But
But they're just like fighting. She's like, what the fuck?
What do you mean?
What do you mean you're okay? I mean,
like,
I'm
do you
glad
want me
you're
to be
okay.
hurt? I'm sure you'd be like, I'll be hurt for you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Yeah. Anyways, I was just a little bit of that secondhand embarrassment.
I love it.
Okay.
I freaking Nolan.
Remind me to come back to that when we end this video.
Okay.
Who's Nolan? I forgot which one.
The healer that gave her
Oh
the
yeah.
freaking thing.
Sorry.
Also, that freaking potion that mutes their connection.
That's
Sketch.
so scary. I hope she gets her
So
hands on
sketch.
some so they can figure it out, because that's not going to be good.
I don't like
'Cause
it.
if they can ingest it, they can make something that like they breathe it in. Oh man.
And he just handed her this lemonade, and she
She took it.
unknowingly, I mean, she trusts him. Like, he's known her
would've trusted
her
him.
whole life and been fixing her. And boom.
And he picked the perfect time too. No one was around. Zayden was gone. And yeah, that scene, the whole thing, what follows is horrific.
So bad.
But I will say, I loved the writing choice of bringing Liam in her head.
So good.
That no one else, couldn't have been anyone else.
No.
Because like, yeah, the dad would have been sweet, but Liam went through all of that with her. I think that it was so important that it was Liam, and that he was like, no, I'm not a wandering soul. Like, I'm here on a mission. I'm here on purpose. I'm here to help you through this.
Yeah.
And even when she wasn't really about to cave, but like he struck a chord with her, and Liam was like, I'm right here. You don't listen to them.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yep. Ugh. I don't even know. Like, what if she passes out in the next, like, because they're on their way out. What if she, like, passes out and she wakes up asking for Liam? Like, heartbreak.
Dang.
But, okay, Dane. So, Dane comes in. They ask him to do his thing. I really thought for a minute, like, he was going to tell them.
I thought so too. And also, it was so wild when her subconscious / Liam was like, show him what you want him to see. Like, yes, he can look. Your guards, like, you can't have guards right now. They made you take this potion or whatever, but you still have some power here. And she's like, right, like, I still have my mind, and just like pushed those memories forward, like all the trauma that they went through. And that was incredible.
Yeah. Totally. Oh my gosh. And the fact that, like, the way she described of digging her nails, like, into his conscience.
Yes. And making
going
him feel everything she felt, like, as she was holding Liam, like, as he died, and just feeling all of that and making him feel all of that.
And he said, like, he looked at her and said, you should have told me, or something, or you should have trusted me.
None of this would have happened if you would have trusted me.
I don't know.
That's pretty bold of you.
I don't know about that. I think
you don't have that much power.
Yeah, I don't think so. But, and then he was like, slash. But I kind of wanted to see Zayden, like, just annihilate Varnish. He will only be Varnish from now on.
For sure. But I do love when Dane was like, if you let us out of here, you'll be alive. And Zayden was just like, I keep no promises. Slits throat. GTFOs.
Bye. Oh my God. I cannot wait to read more. I literally, that's what I texted you and was like, what the fuck? I'm not even joking. I paced my house for like an hour. And then I dreamt about that chapter that night.
It's so good.
Because I kept waking up and I'm like, oh, I could keep reading. No, I can't. I can't keep reading because I can't know what's next. I cannot know what's next.
Yeah.
Oh,
but now we can.
Now we can. So let's end this shit. So we can.
What do you think's gonna happen?
Oh my gosh. I'm just making sure. I had my like keynotes that I wanted to make sure I covered. What do I think is gonna happen? I think the whole place is gonna burn.
Yeah.
It's stone, which has been told, you can't be burnt multiple times. But I think there's a reason that the front cover says burn it down. I think I can't get past this chapter. So I feel like I'm having a hard time like seeing the whole picture, right? Because I want to see this book as one story, but this is a continuous of a whole series. So like what happens next? I don't know. I do think that Violet and Xaden are endgame. I think that Dane's gonna try to sneak a little worm, but they kissed and it was cousin status. So I don't think that Violet has any feelings for him. I think she just misses her best friend.
Yeah.
Because they literally remember when they kissed and she was like,
not it. Yeah, I do, but also she can be kind of wishy-washy.
Mira. We didn't talk about Mira.
Oh yeah.
Her sister, where she tried to tell her.
She tried to tell her, and she's like,
"Are you sleeping enough?
You're getting caught up in bedtime stories. Get it together."
And then she definitely doesn't approve of Xaden, which is really funny. And Xaden was like, "Kiss me. Tell me right now. Just do it.
Otherwise, they're gonna put you in someone else's room, and not your sister's
Not
room.
your sister's room.
Just
someone
else's. She's like, "Okay."
She was
like,
a
"These
little
were
bit
my
tricky.
options?"
It was a little tricky.
Oh my
But
god, it's so funny.
yeah, I do think that Mira is gonna play a big role somehow too. What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I get what you say about the whole cousin thing, but also Violet can be kind of wishy-washy, so I'm kind of curious if the love triangle will reignite for a little bit.
I'm so sick of love triangles. I don't want it.
I know. I'm maybe.
My question is like, where is everyone in this situation, right? Because obviously Xaden's coming to Tara. He left 3 days ago. He was prepping. He was preparing. So who did he bring? Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, are the people on the inside communicating with him that they're fighting together? Or are they like, oh, there's Xaden, now we fight? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there's so many questions happening right now. I can't get past this.
And the fact that after this, there's still 3 more books.
There's 3 more books. Where are they going? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
I keep thinking of like oh, you haven't finished it. Never mind.
Timeline-wise, it's kind of bizarre because I feel like in the first book, there was so much time between, okay, they passed the parapet and then the gauntlet and then threshing. Like, I felt like everything seemed like a long time. And then in this, it seemed like, oh my God, like the first years are already threshing. Like, they're already bonded with dragons.
Yeah.
Like, it just like, and I think it's just because the emphasis was on different things.
Yeah.
But it makes me question what the timeline for the other books are going to be, just because it's like,
That's such a good point.
they're roughly, I feel like this book's slightly longer even.
It is.
But it's like,
Fourth one's
I
right
feel
above you if
like
you want to grab it.
the timelines are really weird, like how things, comparatively speaking, how the year went by or whatever. So I'm very curious to see, because it's so far not a very consistent timeline.
No.
So,
But I will say, like, in the first book, they had specific challenges that they knew ahead of time they were reaching to.
Yeah.
So it does feel different when there's things that you go A, B, C. And this, there really isn't. They're just kind of going to school.
Right. And I think it makes sense why it is the way it is, but even like them outside looking in on the first years and what they've done.
Yeah, they were even like, there's threshing already?
in like the same amount of
Well, maybe
book.
they're rushing them.
Maybe. But it just kind of seemed wild to me. I was like, what?
So true.
So
true. Yeah, craziness. I don't know. Oh, I want to give a like prediction, but I also can't think past this moment
yeah.
of like, what's Xaden gonna do? He's gonna burn the whole place down.
Yeah, and honestly, I kind of have hope for Lilith. Just because, I don't know, I think there is a lot that, I think people are pulling strings behind her back that she's not aware of. I don't think she's completely good, necessarily, but I don't know if she's as bad as we had initially thought.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think Mr. Atos is gonna try to like overtake her.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
And try to be like.
Yeah, I did write prediction Xaden is going to kill all those, and then I never finished. But I'm assuming Professor, all of them,
Everybody.
dead.
Bye. And I think something.
You looked at Violet, dead.
I think something huge is going to happen with Jack Barlow. It has to.
Yes, there would be no. It would be so stupid to bring him into the story and just be like, oh,
like watch him die next chapter or something. Like, no, it's got to be some huge
space.
full circle thing for it to have been worth all of that trouble.
Like, does that have to do with the ward stones? Like,
is there something in his bloodline that's relevant? Like about the first
part
six?
Of the sixth? Yeah, like, it's crazy.
There's got to be something there. So my biggest prediction is that something huge is going to go down with Jack.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what.
That's so true. Do you have any Enneagram or Hogwarts houses? I have none.
I don't have.
We did most of
them.
Yeah,
I stand by what I said for the main characters last time, and I feel like the side characters I don't really know enough about.
So true. Neither does Violet. She didn't even memorize anyone's names. So true.
She's like, they're all gonna die anyways.
So fair. I love that. She just cares too much. She can't know. Okay. What kept you home and what kept you up?
Do you want to go first?
The quality of these books. Like, at first it didn't bother me as bad, but then the more that I look at this, like, the siding is already coming out. Like, all of the sprayed edges all the sides of the sprayed edges, like half of it is already worn off. But I mean, I guess I should be just thankful that I have sprayed edges. They're like seeping into the pages. I kept getting people coming up on my For You page, and I just kept scrolling because I was like, oh, I'm just glad that I have the book.
Yeah.
Which I am. But now that I'm like, I paid a pretty penny for this. And everyone's is looking crappy.
Yeah.
And like some people's, their siding says Fourth Wing.
Wild.
Yeah, and then some of them, the Iron Flame is like up here. So the quality control of the publishing, like my dudes, what are you? Red Tower? Who is this? Who published them?
Oh, I think it is Red Tower.
Y'all need to get your crap together.
Because and I saw this a lot, when I ordered mine, it had the sprayed edges, and it does not have the sprayed edges, and I'm seeing that a lot.
She pre-ordered.
Yeah, pre-order. And I'm seeing that a lot of like...
She still hasn't gotten hers yet.
Nope.
She had
it's like when your pre-order never like stops showing the sprayed edges, and I'm like, I'm one of those club.
It's so upsetting. You know, it really is. And like, I know that you wanted to get the book out quicker, but I would have waited a few more weeks to get everyone to get what they wanted and it to look better.
Yeah.
Like this was expensive. Like I went small bookstore, which I'm glad I did, but I don't regret that at all.
It's
However,
just the publishing side.
The publishing side.
Control.
Even like the bookstore that I got it from, they were complaining about this. They were like, I don't know how to fix this. I heard some people were buying like charcoal to literally fix it because it looks so crappy they didn't want to sell it.
Dang.
And they did, because what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
And then all the big stores selling it ahead of time screwed over all of the small bookstores. Totally screwed them all over because I was told that you get fined when you sell the book before the release date, before you're allowed to. And Walmart and all of them, what is that? Their marketing. Literally, because then they got all those people going to buy the book, all on TikTok. That's just a little bit of their marketing budget.
Yeah, they don't care.
A small bookstore can't afford that.
No.
The place would shut down if they got a fine.
Yeah, so I wish everyone would just wait till release day.
I agree. It was absolutely crazy. But anyways, that, and then I did get the holiday edition. I loved the bonus. Some people were like, this was a scam. Loved it. I ate it up. I will take anything I get from Xaden, so I don't care. Fan.
The edges look way better on this one.
The edges are stunning. And look at the, it's still kind of paper thin. I don't know. That's tissue paper, though. That makes me nervous every time I shut it. But I do love the inside.
Stunning. Mine still hasn't arrived.
It's really pretty, but I mean, I love it. I'm not complaining about this one. It's definitely, this is the quality that I expected.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And this looks like grayish white.
Can you see the difference?
Probably not.
Probably
but
not.
It's significant.
It's so bad.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's rough.
That's so bad. But anyways, that's what kept me up, kept me home. Yeah. Kept me up, kept me home. Special edition. What kept me up was the quality control of the books.
Fair enough. What kept me up was literally watching the freaking tracking, like, when is my book going to be here and it's still not here, versus what kept me home was literally having to binge it last night.
Yes. Because we recorded so quickly. I mean, we love you guys because this is wild.
Yeah.
Our turnaround time was fast.
Which I love. I just wish my book got here. Like, I pre-ordered it. I just want the freaking book.
I know. I'm going to literally finish this as soon as you leave. But then I'm going to have to wait a whole week to talk about it. So maybe I don't want to finish it. There's no way I'm not going to. The self-control I had to have was wild. Anyways, we have run out of time. So we'll see you next week for chapters 36 through the end. Anything else?
Like, follow, subscribe on everything at Tipsy Book Reads.
Yes, please. Instagram, TikTok hates us. So interact with us. Also, we just want to talk. Let's talk about books. Like, I don't care. Comment on our Instagram post. We'll talk to you about everything.
For sure. Tell us what you're reading.
Love it. Okay. Bye. Stay tipsy.